Local food blogger Liz Thompson. She's here to help tempt us to eat our veggies. Liz, thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
And I wanted to talk a little bit about you and your journey, but tell us first, what am I smelling? There's garlic galore.
There's a lot of garlic in there. We are going to be making a tomato goat cheese pasta. Super easy. This is like a 15-minute recipe. We'll make it even faster today.
Okay, we're going to do. You did a lot of work ahead of time.
Just a little prep.
Okay, so you are a food blogger and an author. You've got a cookbook here, and you're a local as well, right?
Yeah.
So how did you get started? You're a vegetarian. You've been vegetarian for how long?
I'm a vegetarian. I've been a vegetarian for about half my life.
Okay.
And I decided to start a food blog to kind of teach myself how to cook. I really didn't know how to cook.
Was it where you compiled all the recipes that you liked? You compiled it on your own blog?
I was kind of trying new things, and I thought, I don't think cooking has to be as hard as I was imagining it in my head, and I just wanted to share more easy, simple recipes that other people could make.
Yeah, and the fact that things can be quick as well. For someone who thinks in their head, well, I got to have meat every night with dinner. Do you and your family have to have meat every night for dinner? I know the answer, but...
Obviously not. And my goal is to help show people that eating vegetarian doesn't have to be complicated or expensive. You don't have to replace everything in your fridge, and you can just add a few meatless meals into your routine.
Yeah, and if it tastes as good as it smells, this is going to be a great one. So tell us what you're making today.
So we are making a really simple tomato goat cheese pasta. So what I've got in here is I had some olive oil and a lot of garlic. That's probably what you're smelling.
I love that.
And then I simmered some tomatoes here. So I'm using these Pastine tomatoes.
And these are just canned tomatoes, so this is super easy here.
Just canned tomatoes, so you can keep those in your pantry for when you need them.
Yeah.
And with a recipe like this where we're only using a few ingredients, you really want to make sure that you're using high quality ingredients to kind of get the best flavor. So you can smell these tomatoes smell amazing. Okay, well
I'm going to let you take a quick breath here. I want to toss out for your I Heart Veggies is how we find you on Insta, right?
That's how you can find me on Instagram.
I Heart Veggies. I just want to make sure we get that in a few times. All right, keep going. So we've got that simmering.
All right, so now we're going to add in a little bit of oregano.
Okay.
And we're going to add in some crushed red peppers, which you don't have to add if you don't like spice, but I like a little bit of spice. So we're just going to stir that in. And then we're going to add in some goat cheese. And I would recommend, this is just a regular log of goat cheese that I crumbled up a little bit. You really don't want to use crumbled goat cheese for something like this, because if it's pre-crumbled, it's got those anti-caking agents, and it makes it hard for it to really melt into the sauce.
So your goal here is to actually make this kind of add some creaminess to the sauce.
Exactly. So it's going to make the sauce really creamy. It's going to add that signature tang that you get from goat cheese. And if you're not a goat cheese fan, you can do the same trick with cream cheese, ricotta. This is just an easy way to kind of elevate your tomato sauce.
And this is adding a little bit of protein to this meal.
A little bit of protein. And to me, I think this is satisfying enough, but of course you could add some meatballs, you could add some grilled chicken. We're just going to stir that in. You can see it's kind of melting right in there.
So it's like your whole idea here is I heart vegetables.
Exactly.
But it's not like you hate things that aren't vegetables, right?
No. And I think that people assume vegetarians can only eat vegetables, but no, we can enjoy pasta. And you can use any kind of pasta for this. I just use a simple cavatappi noodle. I'm just going to stir this right in. But you could use, if you want to add more protein, you could use chickpea noodles. You could use whole wheat pasta. Gluten-free pasta.
And this is a quick thing, and the only thing that boiled in the kitchen, the only thing that we really had to get going was the water for the pasta.
Exactly, and the sauce basically cooks in the same amount of time it takes to cook the pasta.
So you start it all at once, and this is basically 15 minutes or so to do.
15 minutes, start to finish.
I love this. All right, let's talk about the book. So in the book, well, first of all, where can I find the book? I know
You can actually find it at Publix. You can find it at Barnes and Nobles. Yeah.
How cool is that?
Yeah, Barnes and Nobles, Amazon, all the places you would, normally find a cookbook. But it's all easy, healthy, simple recipes. Everything on my site and my Instagram, it's like the stuff you can make when you come home from work and you're hungry and you don't want to have to stop at the grocery store. You can make it with what you've got in your
feel
pantry.
like my wife and I are in that mode now where we have 2 kids, they're active, we have a lot going on, and we're not up for like a big, long prep thing anymore. So if it's quick, that helps. So could we plate a little up?
Let's do it. I'm going to add a little bit of Parmesan.
And thank you for bringing the silverware. I appreciate it.
Of course.
All right, so we're 30 seconds away. What else do we want to say before we get out of here while I eat this and tell everybody how great it is?
You can visit iHeartVegetables.com for more easy, healthy recipes.
I love it. Thanks a lot. And so what are you having for dinner tonight? I'm just curious. Are you eating this for dinner tonight?
I'm probably going to do a stir fry tonight. I have a lot of vegetables I need to use up, and I feel like that's an easy way to just kind of use whatever I've got in the fridge.
Perfect. I love it.
Awesome.
So good. Thank you. And how long's the commercial break? Because I'm going to finish this before the next segment. But thanks a lot, Liz. And we can find her, look for I Heart Vegetables online and, of course, on our Instagram and in local stores. You can check that book out. Thanks so much for coming in. Taste Test Tuesday was awesome, as always. And we had no meat today. Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Great to have you. We're back with more coming up.